On today's episode breakdown of Hero X, we got
more Ghostblade. Should we call him Ghost Butter Knife?
And we got the addition of Fear. Fear has come into the mist.
Fear has been here, and Fear has been a waste of time.
Anime Elitist, been here for 35 years. Dan the Man, Anime Intake NYC, on the TikTok, on the YouTube, in the Discord.
This man has
Flip
6
script.
unaccounted for years on this planet Earth. Now he's 35. I'm just still alive. Your boy Leak the Fleek, the Geek, the Week. Return of the Mac, you had a heart attack. You ready? Some Intake Boys here for episode 16 of Hero X, and it starts
now. We should call it, this is not what I was looking for. Great episode, but you in the comments telling me Ghostblade is going to be the game changer, you lied to me.
You in the comments telling me Ghostblade was going to be a game changer? You was right. Moral of the story is, we clearly have two different opinions on Ghostblade. Find out more within this episode review of episode 16 of Hero X. Man and Intake Boys, man, we here. Let's go. Take your family. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know how we give it up. Y'all see y'all boys anywhere across socials. You already know. Anime Intake NYC. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Discord. Add the Discord. Add us everywhere. IG. Wherever you want. Wherever you are, we probably there. Follow us.
And if you want to talk to me directly, I'll be on TikTok Live.
His number is
coming hot off the presses. We rate in this episode of Hero X episode 16. Episode 16?
16.
I always forget. What's your rating for the episode?
Yo, real rap, bro. Not even gonna hold y'all. Not gonna hold you. Ghostblade is doing this show justice with his murderous ways.
That's cap.
This show is back in rare form, man. This episode has been an 8. I'm giving this episode an 8, strong 8.
That's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because I also give this episode an 8. Even though I can say with my heart clean and pure of honesty that Ghostblade, whatever his name is,
alright, nigga dragging it.
That Ghostblade, he barely did anything this episode. What I mean by that is comparing him to the last episodes or the last saga of Lolly. It's like anything would be better than Lolly.
You know what's funny? You say that. I say this episode is an 8, but this episode could have been a 9. There was one deterring factor that stopped this episode from getting a 9.
What?
That stupid fear energy, which we will get into later.
I guess so.
But without them bringing back DJ Shindig as this corpse, even more black guy, he was like, instead of a black guy, he was a charcoal guy. They gave him different powers. That was terrible. We didn't need it.
They inverse his powers. It's fear. You know what fear is? Fear is like, if you know DC, fear is like Green Lantern in the Lantern Corps. What's fuel?
Oh, the willpower?
It's like willpower versus the other stuff. What's the other stuff?
I'm not sure. I'm not really a DC head or comic book head like that, period. But I know what you mean, though.
Like the other stuff, like the willpower is so strong, and that's the trust, but the fear kind of like inverses it. But the willpower always surpasses, so the trust outweighs the fear.
But when DJ Shindig was using fear energy and his hero power, he still got smoked anyway. This would have been a 9 without that. Honestly,
DJ Shindig got beat because he's whack. What are you talking about?
DJ Barbecue Pit.
He's whack.
That's his name, because that man was charcoal.
His power was to make people sad. That's not a real power. Power was whack. Like, his power wasn't to be like, I'm so strong, I'm gonna make a real impact. Your power is to make everybody sad. You think if I'm sad, I still can't punch you in the face?
So if that's not a power, and we stumbled into a very random, almost debate here, I guess, over here at Anime Intake, and how the boys give it up, like and subscribe, follow, obey. But if you're saying that isn't a power, what's Ghostblade? Because man just seems to be really strong, really fast. So if it's being really strong and really fast a power, as opposed to you saying having people be sad making people sad not a power? Being in control of their emotions, essentially?
So I haven't done any research.
You know we don't do no research, baby!
So comment down below what Ghostblade powers is. Ghostblade powers is to be the perfect assassin, to be so quiet, so stealthy, so fast, so strong. Everything he cuts seems to explode.
Cool. I was just asking you, is that a power as opposed to you saying, homie, making people
he's
sad
fast,
isn't a
he's
power?
strong, he could kill. Everything he touches explodes. That's a great power.
Listen, as Young Dan said, you let us know down in the comments. Which one is more of an actual power to really have?
I can make you cry, or when I stab you, you explode.
I ain't gonna lie, he turned DJ Shindig into butter because he with that butter knife. Sing, 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 sing. But as we sing, we might as well go into the highlights.
My biggest highlight, or my first highlight, is Ghostblade is the perfect soldier, and I'm realizing the reason why they picked him as the number 5, because I do think that this whole thing is rigged. They picked him as the number 5 because he can't speak. All he does really is kill. You ever seen X-Men Origins? What Stryker said about Deadpool was, you'll be the best assassin, you'll be the best soldier if you didn't talk as much.
And they got rid of that. I remember that.
Look at Ghostblade. All he does is do what he's told. That's it.
I see the parallel.
He don't talk back. He don't deny orders. He the big guns. He kill whatever's in sight. He is what you sweep under the rug. He's a cleaner.
That gives him a little bit of clout too. Like homie was saying, oh yeah, Ghostblade, you're the top 5 hero, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
So that means something to people. Like, it makes you, obviously the trust factor, which I have a problem with clearly, but it makes you that much more credible, makes the situation feel much more safe with the top 5 hero around. So I get what you mean.
My second highlight, and I promise you this is a highlight. I promise you this is a highlight.
I feel like it's not because you
It's
like whatever you got going on right now.
How does fear look like on Ghostblade now? Because Ghostblade, like I said, is a perfect soldier, is a perfect assassin, right? Now that he has fear on him, will he turn his powers to, now he really likes the noise, so he wants to hear people scream as they die?
I think it would make Ghostblade a much worse assassin, if I'm being real with you.
And more of like a slasher.
No, all right. So it's what
fear.
It seems like the fear does is it goes off of people's insecurity. So if you remember Boa, her number one thing was, Queen, you did this to me. I was number 1 hero, this, that, and the third. All the insecurities and the things that they have playing on their mind before the fear takes over is what makes the fear come up in the first place and get into their body. So when DJ Shindig popped up, what was he saying? I was number 1. I was number 1. He's still dreaming of the past. All this fear does is bring your insecurities to the forefront and put hatred towards the people around you, whoever you feel like is the cause of it. That's all this fear is really doing.
Will this fear allow Ghostblade to speak?
I mean,
because if now the fear of like, because you already know Ghostblade's kind of traumatized from all the loud noises.
Yeah.
If now any small noise is a loud noise to him, will he just lash out and try to attack someone?
I see
How
where
does
you
this
going.
fear look like on Ghostblade? Ghostblade is like one of the few people that should not have fear.
Mm-hmm.
How would that look?
I see where you're going, but I don't. Like I'm saying, like I was just saying, I don't think it's a thing of it's turning you into the opposite of what you were. It's more of a thing of this is inside of you, whether it's deep down and repressed, or you had a situation happen and now it's outwardly like a thing in your mind. It's just taking the real thoughts and feelings of the person, the negative thoughts and feelings, and pushing them to the forefront. So I don't think Ghostblade would start speaking, but like his not being able to express emotion, that might be affected. He might become overly emotional. He might start lashing out over his daughter type shit. So it's like that type of thing. I feel like is where if Ghostblade had fear take over, where he would go to.
The next highlight is we finally understand the timeline of this show.
What do you mean?
Towards the end, the last 5 seconds, we finally understand why was Cyan and Queen driving in the desert.
It's finally at a place where it's moving in a way of continuity where it's aligned in some type of form of fashion. Like instead of jumping around from years to years, before, after, within each episode, now we are moving continuously forward in one straight path. So that's also why I also was enjoying these episodes more too.
Adding on to that, now we understand why they saw the giant dog, Anubis creature, in the desert. Now we understand that giant dog is Johnny.
I was jacking Alien because they showed the ship at the end.
I say it's Johnny because if you notice, John on top of Johnny's head, he has like the head of that dog, and we still don't know his powers.
Hey, they said his powers. They did say his powers
of all living things.
Yes.
That's kind of a broken power because Big Johnny is Big Johnny, but he's small. Big Johnny is becoming a living thing, which he is a living thing. I guess like channeling his powers, he's like some type of dragon, whatever. But also, if he has control over all living things,
all living animals.
Humans are animals.
Deeper darker right there. That boy. You trying to get us found out by the NSA? Relax, brother. Relax.
That's what I'm saying. That power's kind of broken. But they're all headed to the same place, which I think is kind of cool. Thank you, story people, story writers, whoever you are, for finally coming to a conclusion.
That's a fact. Remember, that's what I'm saying. Like, I felt like Ghostblade and a lot of these episodes should have and could have been interwoven.
You said that, yeah.
But it makes even more sense now because look, family camping trip. Everybody with their kids. Starting it off. Man's right here. Supreme Ghostblade hater. That's his game.
I don't hate on Ghostblade. I just said Ghostblade wasn't as big of an impact that I thought you guys were telling me.
Either way, you weren't hyped by the man. You weren't looking forward to the man. Me personally, who would have thunk the combination of Lil Johnny and Ghostblade would have me weak? Both of them in that car being total opposites, being put together. You have the overly talkative guy and the guy who wants the guy to shut up. But the way Lil Johnny is misreading Ghostblade and the fact that Ghostblade can't talk and all this stuff that he has relating to his daughter popping up within this car and Johnny looking at it like, who would have thought this about Ghostblade? Like, I feel like the level of like them intertwining in that way,
the chemistry was there.
It was flawless to me. I'm not gonna lie. That was something done really well this episode of 2 Hero X.
I think they do that a lot in certain shows, even here. Look at me and you. I'm a quiet guy. I don't really say too much. I'm very social.
He's lying. He's crazy.
You very social. You very like outgoing and stuff. But yet we all come here, sit on the couch, give you the best possible content.
And since we're talking about dynamics, the dynamic of one Padre who is hardworking but doesn't have the time for his seed because he's working so hard within Luo. Then you have another Padre within Ghostblade and his seed, but he's stalking her. He got to learn her from a distance. And then you got Lil Johnny and whatever the hell that is he's carrying around.
Big Johnny.
Big Johnny is his son. And guess what?
He a great parent.
He's the best parent out of all of them.
That's crazy.
You got the dad who wants to do, the dad who can't do, and the dad who do. And to my fellow lovers out there, fellow simps.
You a simp?
We need to put our lighters in the sky. The reveal of Ghostblade being this girl's father. While it could have been handled a little differently, sure they took the corny route. To my code over you. You in a trance. Think booklet falls out, but this is his stalker.
I thought that was great.
This is stalker code. No. I'm saying that is great. Yeah. That's fire.
Yeah.
That's why it's in the highlight section. It's great.
But that was a but.
Nothing would have been better than Ghostblade himself trying to shut everybody up with his little robot voice.
With all the great highlights, we're not done. We're not done because we're getting into the hot takes.
This episode ain't finished, y'all. Y'all should know how this goes by now. I was watching this episode and something did occur to me towards the ending.
That the ending is always trash? That the intro is better than the outro? It's too many subtitles?
No, it is too many subtitles though, for real. Like, it'd be stacked on.
Yes! And I'd be pausing, I'd be like, what am I reading? What the heck?
So, besides that, I already talked about it earlier. You should know what's coming. It's the fear, bro. The fear is holding this show back. I don't even know if I gave this hot take before, but there's been a new development, and that development was sadness. You telling me it's every negative emotion? They keep calling it fear, but that's why I call it negativity. I tried to call it hatred before, but it's just all negative emotion. All negative emotion is what is being like brought under this genre of fear, which obviously I would think all positive emotion would be brought under the belief system and the trust factor. So with that being said, fear is holding this show back because this show needed something to create villains. Like you said, there are no villains in this show. You were right about that. Sure, be happy, rejoice.
I told you before, I gotta pat myself on the back because by the time you guys do it, if you're reading this, it's too late.
But even with that being said, the point is, fear keeps losing. You are generating these anti-heroes, these villains, whatever you want to call them, and no matter what happens, it loses. So who is the real big bad gonna be? You show me this thing that's supposed to power people up, lose every time.
Because fear is a red herring. Fear is the one thing that you kind of just throw into the story where it's like, we're so confused, what's going on? The real villains is the corporations. Don't ever lose sight of that.
No,
don't ever lose sight.
That's a fact. But the point being is, I feel like if there was another way that either fear was used instead of like, it just comes across really, it just comes across bad. Like it's a bad,
like bad writing.
Power system is bad. It makes the writing seem bad that you have this thing be, oh my god, I feel so powerful. But then somebody with no trust factor beat Shindig last time when he was amped up acting crazy.
Because of the suit?
Because of the suit, sure. But now we have Ghostblade with just his hero power slice and dice homie with a butter knife.
It's Ghostblade top 5. He's top 5. You have to think about it like this, right? Everybody that had fear is some low rank soldiers. Low rank. Think about now that Ghostblade has fear. DJ Shindig was low. That other dude that had the tentacles that changed to fire, he was low. The guy with the envelopes, he was low. All these Enlightener was low.
You living out one person.
Oh, Boa?
Boa
got cleaned up. Fear has only been given to weak characters. Fear has not been given to Ghostblade until now.
The thing is, for Ghostblade to really be affected by the fear, he would have to give in to negative emotion and just emotion, period. As we've seen in this episode, he did shed that tear, but once he did, he knew something was up, wiped that off, and got straight to business. Straight to
why am I crying?
He knew what time it was. He knew something was up. So I don't see it going to be effective on Ghostblade, and we're going to be here with another hot take next week if I'm to ever see something like that happen to Ghostblade, because you just showed me him beat the fear clearly, and then you're going to have him go fall for it because he got a couple little orbs in his neck.
My biggest hot take, I think one of the biggest ones I have for this series so far.
Oh shit.
Now that Ghostblade has fear inside of him, Queen is about to encounter Ghostblade with the fear.
Oh god.
Big Johnny's already there. Lucky Cyan, the luckiest person of all, is there. Tough Girl, I say strong girl, Tough Girl is there as well. Queen is a girl's girl.
I'm trying to see where this is going on. Look at me. I'm waiting for you to get to the point.
My hot take is, long story short, will Queen lead the rebellion against the hero organizations for their...
I didn't know where the fuck he was going. I thought she was going to talk about something with Ghostblade or something.
Nah, because Ghostblade is technically the dog of the company.
Mm-hmm.
He is now full of fear. They're going to take Ghostblade and try to study him. Queen is not going to stand for that. Queen is going to be like, yo, you're studying fear? He's a human. You don't care about us. Queen is all about her standards and morals. She's going to see that. Like, yo, Lucky Cyan, we're out of here. Big Johnny, we out of here. Tough Girl, we out of here. All girls, except for Johnny. She's about to make a whole rebellion against the organization of heroes.
That's most of their top 5, though. Or their top 10, I mean.
But there's a lot of other people we haven't seen yet. Don't forget about Iso. Iso's an assassin now.
I like the thought process. I do understand where you're going with this. I can see how you would get there. But honestly, I don't think 2B Hero writing staff has the cojones. I don't think they have the execution so far from what I'm seeing to be able to pull something like that off. Obviously, the
They
story
don't.
written from the Donghua Manhua standpoint.
They don't. But that's why I'm saying it here so they can take my script like they always do
Totally.
and write it. Write my dream.
I can't even say I heard it here first. Because I've heard it here many times on the other videos. We see y'all. But with that being said,
Let me know what you think down in the comments about my hot take.
find out next time on another episode review from the Anime Intake Boys of Super Hero X.
You heard it here first.
You have a lovely rest of your whatever time it is for you.
I was right.
He lied!
You worst.
Y'all niggas worshipped him!
Anime NYC. We're coming soon.